The UES Resolute shuddered as it dropped out of jump space, its overtaxed drive spitting sparks into the void. Outside the viewport, a desolate star system, no planets, just a dying red dwarf and a cloud of frozen debris. Safe. For now. Inside, the medbay, Tessa Vale knelt beside the young girl from the rescued freighter, gently brushing matted hair from her forehead. The child, Lena, she'd whispered, clutched her one-eyed bear like a shield. She hasn't spoken since we brought her aboard, Tessa murmured to Mira, who stood nearby, scanning medical readouts. She's in shock, Mira said softly, but her neural patterns, they're odd, like she's been conditioned, trained to suppress fear. Kyle leaned against the doorway, arms crossed, his cybernetic eye whirring as it cycled through diagnostic modes. Or brainwashed. Epsilon Colony fell in the first wave. No way kids survived without help. Elias entered still in his flight jacket, fatigue etched into his face. Patch the hull. We've got 48 hours before the drive needs cool down, and the Concord's not tracking us yet. He looked at Lena. Did she say anything else? Tessa shook her head. Just, they'll come for us. Over and over. Mira frowned. Who's they? The mercenaries? The Concord? Before anyone could answer, Patch's voice echoed through the ship, urgent, clipped. Captain, you need to see this. Now. On the bridge, Patch had isolated a data fragment from the rescued freighter's black box. Grainy footage played on the main screen. A man in a patched Epsilon Colony uniform, face gaunt, speaking into a handheld recorder. If anyone finds this, know we never fell. The Concorde bypassed us, but Rourke's people came instead. Said they were saving us, gave us ships, taught us to fight. But the price? He coughed, blood on his lips. They took the children. Not to protect them, to program them, to make them hate. Lena, if you're out there, run. She's not your savior. She's your jailer. The recording cut to static. Silence. Kale slammed a fist on the console. Rourke's been breeding soldiers out of refugee kids. Mira's hands trembled. That's why Lena's neural patterns are off. She's not just traumatized, she's been rewired. Elias felt ice in his gut. Patch, run a deep scan on Lena, non-invasive. Look for neural implants. Already done, Patch replied. Microtransceivers embedded in her auditory cortex. Dormant, but they can be activated remotely. Tessa stood suddenly. That's why she kept saying, they'll come for us. She's not afraid of the Concord. She's afraid of Rourke. As if on cue, the ship's proximity alert blared. Incoming transmission, Patch said. Encrypted. Sender ID, Forgeborn Command, Vela Rourke. Elias exchanged glances with his crew. Put it through. Rourke's face appeared on screen. Calm, composed, her golden eye gleaming. Captain Var, I see you took my stray lambs. How charitable. Her voice was silk over steel. But let's be clear. Those children are assets. They belong to the Forgeborn. Return them. Or I will take them. And your ship. Elias stepped forward. You're turning refugees into weapons. I'm turning survivors into soldiers, she corrected. You broadcast songs. I build armies. Guess which one wins wars? You're losing your humanity, Mira said sharply. Rourke's smile vanished. Humanity got us killed. I'm building something that lives. The transmission cut. Kale turned to Elias. She's not bluffing. She'll hunt us to the edge of the galaxy. Elias looked at Lena, now sleeping fitfully in medbay via bridge cam. Then we don't let her find us. He turned to Patch. Scrub all logs, mask our signature, and isolate Lena's implants. Can you block remote activation? I can flood her neural band with white noise, Patch said. Temporary. But it'll buy time. Do it. Hours passed. The crew worked in grim silence, reinforcing hull plates, recalibrating sensors, preparing for pursuit. But Lena's presence haunted them. Late that night, Tessa found Elias on the observation deck, staring at the dead star. She reminds me of my sister, he said without turning. Same age when the bombs hit Luna. Tessa sat beside him, Do you think we can save her? I don't know, he admitted. But if we hand her back, Rourke will erase whatever's left of the girl she was. And if we keep her, we're declaring war on the only human faction left. Tessa touched her locket. Maybe we don't have to choose. Maybe we show her there's another way. Elias looked at her. How? By giving her what Rourke never did, Tessa said. A choice. The next morning, they gathered in the common room, Lena seated between Tessa and Mira, wrapped in a thermal blanket. Elias knelt in front of her. Lena, he said gently, we know about the implants. We know Rourke can control you. But not anymore. We've blocked her signal. The girl's eyes flickered with panic. She'll hear me think. No. Patch's voice came from a nearby speaker. I'm shielding you. Only you decide what you say now. Lena trembled. Then in a whisper, she made us watch Earth burn. Every night. Said if we cried, we were weak. If we remembered home, we'd fail. Mira reached for her hand. But you did remember. That's your strength. Lena looked up, tears welling. I drew Earth in the dirt of the freighter hold. Every day. A tree. A river. My dog. She paused. Is it real? Or did she make me dream it? Elias placed a small data chip in her palm. This has real images of Earth. Forests. Oceans. Cities that weren't on fire. You decide what's real. For the first time, Lena smiled. Faint, fragile, but real. Then the alarm screamed. Captain. Patch's voice was sharp. 3 ships emerging from microjump. Signature match. Forge-born raiders. Lead vessel. Iron Cradle. Rourke's personal hunter-killer. Kale bolted for the armory. They tracked us through the implants. Even dormant, they leak a subsignature. Elias stood. How long until they're in weapons range? 7 minutes. Patch. Activate Protocol Echo. Mira paled. Echo? That's a last resort tactic. It'll burn out half the ship. It'll also make us invisible for 90 seconds, Elias said. Long enough to jump? He turned to Tessa. Get Lena to cryo-containment. It's the only shielded space left. As Tessa led the girl away, Lena clutched her bear tighter but didn't cry. On the bridge, chaos reigned. Raiders at 500 clicks. Kale yelled from the weapons station. Firing plasma nets. The Resolute shuddered as magnetic filaments snapped around its hull, trying to latch on. Patch, now, Elias ordered, engaging Protocol Echo. The ship's core flared white-hot. Every non-essential system went dark. Artificial gravity cut out. For 90 seconds, the Resolute became a ghost, a thermal and EM void. On sensors, the Forge-born ship swept past, confused. Jump drive charging, 15 seconds, Patch reported. But then, a new alert. Shirai vessel decloaking, directly in our jump path. Elias's heart sank. Friend or foe? Patch hesitated. Unknown, but it's the same envoy ship from Helios Drift. On screen, the silver-skinned Shirai appeared. Captain Var, we come not to fight, to warn. Rourke has activated the Harbinger Protocol. She's luring the Concord fleet to Helios Drift, using human enclaves as bait. She plans to detonate a singularity core at the system's heart. Millions will die, including her own people. Mira gasped. She's willing to sacrifice survivors. To kill the conquered? She believes annihilation is the only language they understand, the Shirai said. But there is another way. The conclave is divided. Some wish to negotiate. But they need proof that humanity still chooses peace. Elias stared at the tactical display. Forge-born ships regrouping. Conquered fleet massing light minutes away. And Helios Drift at the center. Unaware of the trap, he made his choice. Patch. Abort jump. Redirect all power to comms, Kale stared. Are you insane? We'll be sitting ducks. We're not running, Elias said. We're broadcasting. He opened a channel, wideband unencrypted, piggybacking on Shirai subspace relays. This is Captain Elias Var of the United Earthship Resolute. To every human in Helios Drift, evacuate. Now. Rourke is turning your homes into a tomb. To the conquered fleet, stand down. Your enemy isn't hiding in the rocks. She's a ghost of your own making. And to Vela Rourke. This isn't how Earth died. Don't let it be how we're remembered. He paused, then added, we offer no weapons. Only this. Project Aegis is open source. Every species may access it. Learn what we were, so you may choose what we become. Silence. Then, the Jirai envoy ship moved between the Resolute and the Forgeborn raiders. We shield you, Captain, for as long as we can. On long-range sensors, something astonishing happened. One by one, human freighters, scout ships, and hidden outposts in Helios Drift began broadcasting their own messages. Songs, poems, childhood memories, flooding the system with raw, unfiltered humanity. Rourke's voice crackled over open comms, furious, raw. You naive fool. They'll crucify us for this, Elias replied quietly. Or they'll finally see us as people, not ghosts, not weapons, just human. Back aboard, Lena stood at the bridge viewport watching the Jirai ship hold its ground. She's protecting us, she whispered. Tessa joined her. Because we showed her we're worth protecting. Lena looked down at the data chip Elias gave her. Then she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small stone, etched with a crude tree. I drew it on Epsilon, she said. But I think I'll plant it somewhere new. Elias watched his crew, exhausted, wounded, but unbroken. Patch's voice was softer now. Captain, the Concord fleet has halted. They're hailing the Jirai, requesting a dialogue. Mira wiped tears from her eyes. It worked. Kale grunted, but there was relief in it. Don't celebrate yet. Rourke's still out there. Elias nodded. And so are we. As the Resolute limped toward the edge of the system, escorted now by the Jirai envoy, a new signal pinged on comms. Faint. Encrypted. Human. Patch. Decrypted it. It's from Proxima B, he said. A repeating message. The seed vault is active. Come home. Tessa looked at Lena. What do you think, Lena? Ready to see a real tree? The girl clutched her bear and nodded. And so the last human ship turned its bow toward a new dawn. Not as conquerors, not as ghosts, but as keepers of a promise.